Hello everyone, my name is Mike, and in this video we're going to look at the disturbing disappearance of the Jamison family. The Jamison family of Eufaula, Oklahoma, made up of 44-year-old Bobby, his wife 40-year-old Sherilyn, and 6-year-old daughter Madyson, mysteriously disappeared on October 8th, 2009. That day, all three of them disappeared with no indication as to where they would have gone. After a few days of searching for them, the police turned up the family's pickup truck. But the pickup truck only raised more questions than it answered.
Search intensifies tonight for a Eufaula family of 3 missing for about 2 weeks now. Rescue crews are searching on the ground and in the air near Red.
The Jamisons disappeared on October 8, 2009, while near Red Oak, Oklahoma, looking at a 40-acre plot of land they wished to purchase. The initial investigation into the Jamison family's disappearance indicated that they'd probably not vanished of their own accord. The Jamisons' pickup truck was discovered within a few days, abandoned. The Jamisons' bodies were not found, but their starving dog was still in the truck. Also discovered were the Jamisons' IDs, wallets, mobile phones, and GPS system, and about $32,000 in cash. The Jamisons were not known for carrying large amounts of cash with them. Both Bobby and Sherilyn were on disability at the time of their disappearance, and where they could have gotten that much cash or what they intended to do with it was unknown. Investigators suspected that drugs may have been involved in the disappearance, with that much cash being either a result of the couple buying or selling drugs. But they couldn't explain why they would have brought their daughter with them. And it was impossible to tell from the condition of the truck if they had left voluntarily or had been forced out of the car by someone else, perhaps leaving their belongings behind while under duress. The Jamisons are said to have begun exhibiting increasingly strange behavior shortly before their disappearance. There was, however, no evidence that the couple were involved with drugs. That was just one theory. A search party was formed and investigators combed miles through the woods and surrounding area, looking for any trace of the Jamison family. They turned up absolutely nothing.
Authorities in Latimer County say it is just too dangerous to carry out a full-scale search because it is the first week of black powder hunting season. The
county sheriff at the time said, after investigators inquired into the Jamisons' past, that there doesn't appear to be any signs that they were in trouble or looking to start a new life.
And only on 5 tonight, an Oklahoma mother may finally get the peace she has been waiting for.
Her son has been missing for 4 years now, but this weekend, a possible break. Sky 5 flew over the Sands Boys Mountains where hunters found the skeletal remains of 2 adults and a child. This is the same area where Bobby and Sherilyn Jamison disappeared with their young daughter.
Their remains were finally found by hunters 4 years later, on November 16th, 2013. Despite an extensive search at the time of their disappearance, the remains were found almost 3 miles from where the truck was found. They were positively identified using anthropological and forensic pathology methods on July 3rd, 2014. No one is really certain what happened between their disappearance and their deaths, and due to the state of decomposition, a cause of death for the 3 people, it couldn't be determined. The police then dove back into the case, but to date, no one knows why the Jamisons disappeared, why they left their stuff in the car, including a very large amount of cash, and how they died, and who is responsible.
doesn't make sense to anybody. None of their actions make any sense to anybody that's ever looked at the case.
6 months before the Jamisons disappeared, Bobby filed a petition against his father, Bobby Sr., alleging his father threatened to kill him on multiple occasions. In the report, Bobby maintained that his father was involved with prostitutes, gangs, and meth. He also claimed Bobby Sr. deliberately hit him with a vehicle in 2008. Sherilyn's mother, Connie Coquetan, supported Bobby's accusations, saying that Bobby Sr. had a temper and had money. She also told of rumors of Bobby Sr.'s connections to the Mexican mafia. Allegedly, Bobby installed security cameras due to the threats, and the father and son had long-standing disagreements regarding finances and property. The police cleared Bobby Sr. of suspicion after his alibi, however, checked out. Bobby Sr. died 2 months after the family went missing and had been in poor health for quite some time. His brother, Jack Jamison, claimed that he was either in a hospital or rest home at the time. And although he was a disturbed individual, he was not capable of being involved in the murders. Sherilyn's mother, Connie Coquetan, believed that the Jamisons had gotten entangled with a cult and were murdered by its violent members. But she never named a cult, and there was no evidence to support this theory at all. After the Jamison family disappearance, police searched the home and recovered security footage of Bobby and Sherilyn packing up the truck. While some proposed the couple's slow movements in the video indicate drug use, others allege an unknown person was present during the recording. Sherilyn's mother told police she believes a religious cult could be behind the killings. Just like I've said from the very beginning, I think somebody killed them. There's just no way that Bobby and Sherilyn would ever let anything happen to Madyson, unless something had been done to them. The family's pastor, Gary Brandon, told police investigators that Bobby told him he saw 2 to 4 spirits on the roof of their home. On a separate occasion, Sherilyn told Brandon she and little Madyson had seen spirits inside the house. Apparently, Sherilyn believed that she had the power to exorcise these demons. Brandon also said that Bobby had once told him that he was reading the Satanic Bible.
Sherry said in a meeting that she could speak to the dead and her daughter had the same power. Bobby told Gary Brandon, the pastor, that he was afraid of the demons and was looking at high-powered shells online. Bobby said between 2 and 4 a.m., spirits walking on the roof. October.
Some theorists proposed federal officials brought the Jamisons into the witness protection program, claiming Bobby and Sherilyn could have been informants for a government case against local meth dealers. It has also been reported that Madyson was pulled out of school shortly before the disappearance, and that the Jamisons were engaged in legal action against the school. Bobby also maintained in the formal petition against his father that he and his family were severely scared for their lives at all times. Authorities found no signs of a struggle at the recovered Jamison truck, further fueling theorists to claim that the Jamisons were abducted willingly by perhaps a federal group and went into witness protection. When police searched the Jamison truck, they found Sherilyn's gun missing. They also discovered an aggressive 11-page hate letter from Sherilyn to her husband. In a later interview, Sherilyn's mother described her daughter as bipolar and confirmed Bobby frequently took prescription painkillers for a back injury. Reportedly, both suffered from depression.
I believe that she could have taken him out and committed, murder-suicide, committed murder on him and Madyson, and killed herself.
At one point, police considered Sherilyn killing her husband and daughter before killing herself, but have refrained from drawing definite conclusions.
Her journal writings were found in the abandoned vehicle and in their Eufaula home. The large case file includes some of Sherilyn's writings. Some indicate a marriage in ruins. You are a very toxic person. You need to find happiness. You contaminate everything that you're around. It breaks my heart and saddens my soul that you have turned into the monster that you are. I would not wish my daughter to be raised in foster care because of you being in prison for attempted murder and her mother dead.
Another theory is that someone murdered the Jamisons for their daughter, Madyson. Investigators found a photo on Bobby's phone, and theorists wondered whether a possible kidnapper took it after killing Bobby and Sherilyn. Reportedly, someone took the photo the day the family disappeared, and Madyson allegedly appeared frightened.
The picture of Madyson on the cell phone is a big one for me.
Why?
She looks terrified. That's not her smile. That's not her face when she's happy.
They showed Madyson with her arms crossed, and Madyson never did that before. And she was looking away from the camera. She wasn't looking at the camera. It just doesn't sit right with me. I think they were abducted, I really do. I just don't know what else could have happened.
Reportedly, witnesses last saw the Jamisons in an area known for drug activity, specifically crystal meth. Allegedly, Bobby and Sherilyn looked emaciated prior to their disappearance. Theorists maintain while Bobby and Sherilyn may not have been users, it's possible they accidentally saw illegal activity, and members of the Oklahoma drug trade killed them.
I believe that they were probably high on drugs.
The case of the disturbing disappearance of the Jamison family seems to have many leads, but none of them go anywhere, and no one knows exactly what happened to them. Despite all the theories, very little evidence has presented itself as to why the family disappeared, why they had that much money in their car, why they got out of the car either willingly or unwillingly, and who killed them and why. It's over 5 years since their disappearance, and it seems that nothing and no one is coming forward as to what really happened to the Jamison family. And it seems we may never know what really happened to them that day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Mike out.